Welcome to episode 253 of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. I'm your host and fellow student, Michelle Nelson, and together we'll learn the basics of home design and construction and demystify the building process so we can make informed decisions and build quality dream homes with or without a general contractor. So although I'm not feeling terrible, I sound terrible. I'm really congested. So I decided the best thing to do is to re-air a pretty popular episode that isn't all that exciting, but it's really important information. We'll be talking about soffits and fascia and what sorts of materials we should choose for our homes. So without further ado, here is the best of BYHYU, why soffits and fascia are important.
Soffits and fascia are parts of the house that don't often get a lot of attention or thought from homeowners planning to build their dream homes. But they're important, not only as design elements for your house, but also because they protect your house. And choosing the right materials for your fascia and soffits can reduce the required maintenance for your home. So this week we'll talk about soffit and fascia options so you can make the best choice. Okay. Let's get started by establishing exactly what and where soffits and fascia are. The eaves of the roof are the edges of the roof, where the roof extends out past the exterior walls of the house. Eaves are ideally covered with soffit and fascia boards. Fascia is a 4 to 8 inch high vertical band of material that covers the forward-facing edge of the eave. On some homes, the forward-facing band of wood is simply covered with paint. However, on most of today's homes, that edge is covered with material called fascia. Fascia covers the wood and protects it from water damage. If the wood along the roof line is damaged by water, the rot can spread to the roof and make the roof vulnerable to leaks and pests. Your roof also hangs over the edge of the home by a foot or more, leaving a horizontal area under the roof edge. If this underside of the roof overhang is left unfinished, you'll see beams, roof decking, and open space leading to the home's attic. Soffits are boards that cover that horizontal underside of the roof edge. Older homes, or less expensive homes, may not have soffits or fascia. Some people think that soffits and fascia are unnecessary and may try to save money by not including them on their new homes. But soffits and fascia cover the edge of the roof and give your home a more finished look, and also help keep out pests like bats, birds, and squirrels. And building codes in some regions may require fascia and soffit boards. Soffits, like fascia, can also help protect your home from moisture damage. If, for example, you live in an area that has high winds that can drive rain under your eaves, your soffits can help keep water from getting into the internal structure of your house. Okay, to help us remember, soffits are the soil or sidewalk facing portion of the eave, and fascia is the forward facing portion of the eave. Fascia boards do not need to be vented. In fact, fascia perforations for ventilation can actually let water come into contact with wood, and that would contribute to rot and decay of the wood underneath the fascia. Soffits, on the other hand, can be vented or unvented. Usually, vented soffits are paired with vented roofs, and unvented soffits are what you use for unvented roofs. Whether you choose a vented roof and vented soffits or an unvented roof and unvented solid soffits will depend on several things. Most importantly, the code requirements in your area, but also your climate, your personal design preferences, and your building envelope. It's my understanding that a tight building envelope with a conditioned attic space and insulation on the roof decking means that there will typically be an unvented roof. So you choose unvented soffits. But check with your building code and consult your builder or roofer, your home energy rater, and your soffit and fascia contractor for their recommendations. In many regions, there are contractors specifically for soffit and fascia installation. Now, let's talk about the materials that can be used for soffits and fascia. Soffits and fascia can be constructed from aluminum, vinyl, sheet metal, wood, synthetic, and composite materials like UPVC and fiber cement. Vinyl soffits. Vinyl soffits are one of the most affordable choices. Vinyl is a good insulator, and it won't rot, crack, or chip, but it can develop mold in very moist areas. Some vinyl can fade over time. Vinyl is not as flexible, and it's harder to cut than aluminum. Vinyl is not very durable, and some people think vinyl looks inexpensive and not as attractive as other options. Aluminum. Aluminum soffits are durable. Aluminum is flexible, so it can be put into oddly shaped spaces. Aluminum is water resistant and won't rot, chip, or crack. It's easy to keep clean, and it won't attract dirt. Some builders prefer aluminum over vinyl because aluminum is flexible and can completely encapsulate the fascial surface better than vinyl. The downsides of aluminum are that it's more expensive than vinyl. It can dent if enough force is applied, and it does not insulate as well as vinyl. Sheet metal. Sheet metal, like steel, is one of the most durable options on the market, and it comes in numerous colors, but it's expensive, and it can rust. Some sheet metal boards can look too rustic or old-fashioned for some homeowners' tastes. Next on the list, composite boards. Composite boards are expensive, but very durable. Composite soffits and fascia are color-fast and resistant to rot and decay. But repairing composite fascia and soffits can be difficult. The cost of using composite lumber for fascia and soffits can be twice as much as other materials, but its long-term durability make it worth the expense for many homeowners. Wood. Wood is a beautiful option and can be added for either a rustic or more contemporary look, but wood needs to be restained and resealed or repainted multiple times over the life of the home. Wood soffits have a shorter lifespan than other materials, even if properly maintained. But cedar is a naturally weather-resistant material, and it's even more so when it's stained or painted. Fiber cement. Fiber cement is less common, and it's a pricier option in soffits and fascia, but suppliers carry fiber cement panels in various wood grain textures, vents, and colors. If you're using aluminum, vinyl, or fiber cement siding on your home, most people go with the easiest design choice and simply use the same color and material for their soffits and fascia. That way, you have a matching material that keeps the continuity of the siding. Fascia and soffits are considered trim materials, and the style and color you choose can have a big impact on the overall look of your home. White is a standard color for soffits and fascia, but you can buy them in a variety of colors, and some of the white materials can be painted. Synthetic fascia and soffit materials can have either a smooth finish or have a texture that mimics wood grain. There are lots of choices out there. You should obviously choose colors and materials that will complement your home's overall look and fit into your desired level of maintenance. And if you're tempted to forego your soffits and fascia for budgetary reasons, don't. They're too important for protecting your home from moisture and pests. Well, that's all I have for you this week. I hope you learned as much as I did, and I hope you'll join me again next week for another episode of Build Your House Yourself University. BYHYU. Please remember that the purpose of this podcast is simply to educate and inform. It's not a substitute for professional advice. The information that you hear is based only on the opinions, research, and experiences of my guests and myself. That information might be incomplete, it's subject to change, and it may not apply to your project. In addition, building codes and requirements vary from region to region, so always consult a professional about specific recommendations for your home.